you receive your Mäksēlife order, you'll get it in a box that's just like this. I had this one, and I also have one that is like significantly thicker. I mean, we're talking like good 8 inches on this one. So I got 2 different orders. This one was the smaller box, so I'm going to go ahead and show that. So the box is gorgeous. The packaging always for Mäksēlife is stellar. But the kicker is that when you open the box, I'm going to do this without hitting the camera, you get this fly leaf, this little tray that comes in it. So obviously you've got your little thank you and welcome from Sierra, and then you just pull this up and then your stuff will be inside. I love the little welcome to Mäksē family. Now I will say that I love the packaging. So this is how it's shipped. On the back side here that's where my address is. And let's go ahead and start with our reviews of the Flagship Planner. This will be the review of the 2024 Mäksēlife. Now I have 2, the horizontal and the vertical, in these 2 covers. This one's called Messy Bits. This one's called Unstoppable. And I will be comparing it to itself, its former last year glory. I've got also a horizontal and a vertical with the wire O coil. And I'll also be comparing it to something you may know for a different planner, the Erin Condren. I do have some products, accessories to showcase in this planner to see if everything works together. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Less chit chat, more planning is what I think is the order of the day. So first off, obviously you can see from last year to this year, the main difference is the fact that we've moved from the wire O to the regular spiral planner. It is a definite upgrade as far as I know. I was having a bit of trouble with this at some points, and I kind of mushed it back together and it was not straight, but we can move on from that. Let's just focus on this guy. So while we have this one out, let's go ahead and measure the sides. Obviously one is used and one is not. This one obviously has a little bit more chunk to it. And I think that's just due to the thickness of the cover. You can kind of see that this one slightly thinner, and it's a lot more bendy is not the word I'm looking for. A little more flexible than its former Flagship. Like this one does not bend at all. This one has some bend to it. Obviously because it's thinner, it's made of a different material. That makes sense, right? So let's go ahead and look at the size. Height-wise, they are just about the same height. Let me get this straightened up. You can see that they are just about the same height. You can see here that there's just maybe 1/8 of an inch difference in height between the old and the new. And I'm not sure the reason why. I'm thinking maybe it's because of the height of the cover. But really is a very nominal amount. I think this is so cute, by the way. I love that little heart. Embrace the Messy Bits. Let's go ahead and open it up. Every single one of these planners has a new inside design as this one does. Everyone's unique. The Messy Bits is this. The Unstoppable will be this inside. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about your purchase. There should be very good thumbnails for you guys to look at. And I'll talk about thumbnails when I get to Unstoppable. Obviously, here's the cover. If you have an Erin Condren, and I'm going to pull up one here, you'll notice that when you open an Erin Condren, sometimes it doesn't quite lay flat on the table. You can see there's a little bit more. This doesn't really want to go all the way down to the table. Once you push it down, it comes back up. But with the Erin Condren, it goes all the way to the table. Now, I think that's just because of the thickness of the cover. It also could be the coil and the way the coil is on here. Let me just scoot the coil towards the back. You know how you have to have the coil nib near the back. It still does a pretty good job, but it doesn't go all the way to the table. This one does a better job because this cover has the ability to kind of scooch in towards the coil. So that's just something to think about. There's a little bit of give on that. As far as the height compared to the Erin Condren, let's just take a quick look with that since we are gandering on that subject. It looks like the page height is quite different, and also the height of the planner is also different as well. You can kind of see that if I hold it side to side. So there's just a little bit of a difference. It's slightly larger than the Erin Condren paper, and width-wise, it is just about the same as well. So just a smidge of a difference from the Erin Condren. If we move on in forward, you do get a Today bookmark. I have been playing with these. I've been enjoying these, and they really do a great job coming in and out. I think they're easier to get in and out than the Erin Condren ones. For some reason, sometimes these get a little stiff. These ones feel way thinner. These ones, sometimes you really have to push down. So I'm liking the thin and thickness of these. This also is just a smidge thinner that you can see from this bookmark. And I love that. I love that. We're going to wait on showing the rest of the accessories and how they fit in here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and look at this bookmark a little closer. I'm going to try to use my 4K to the best of its ability. I love how they added the Wheel of Life, and it is obviously a little opaque, but it does have half, quarter, and 1/8 inch marks on the ruler all the way to the 7-inch mark. And there's no metric system. There's no centimeters or millimeters. But I will explain this. When we were going through our affiliate stuff, they said, well, why is this one so much shorter? It's because it's meant to also coordinate with the A5. Now, this is your A5 undated daily. And so if they still have these in stock, and hopefully longer term, they might have different size planners. So they just wanted to make sure it fit with all of them. And of course it does. This is the same company has done the A5 and this, so the coil is the same if you do own a undated daily, quarterly planner. Let's go ahead and get that in there. See how much easier that is to put in? Sometimes the EC ones are just a pain, and I don't like using them. And I also like the fact that this is thinner. Sometimes the EC ones are so thick that when you're writing, you get to the edge on this page and it creates like a little hiccup in your writing, which I don't appreciate. Here is their 2024. This one is the horizontal, like I said previously. Nothing has changed in the inside guts of this from last year to this year. The previous year, they've done a little bit of a work through with all of the text base. The content is exactly the same as last year. There really is absolutely nothing different from last year to this year in the content in the goal setting section. And for the majority, also into the month section. I'm just going to go ahead and keep flipping here. I will do a little bit more in-depth on the goal setting system, or you can watch last year's. I did a very big in-depth video on that, and I'll link that below if you're interested. So we'll start off with January. Now each individual month does have the color blocking. Do you see? So February has the pink, and obviously we have this very, very light blue for January. The only difference in this versus last year, as for the monthly and the weekly, is the Wheel of Life. Previously, let me find my horizontal so I can show you. The horizontal has the heart. And so that was something they decided to make a little bit more gender neutral, little more global. They decided to use the Wheel of Life just because that reminds you of going back to your goal setting and those types of things. So that is all as far as the interior. Pink for it's light pink for February. March is green. April, and then May is yellow. June, a little bit brighter blue. July, darker blue. And you'll notice that these colors coordinate with the Wheel of Life. These are the same colors that you'll see when you are doing your prep work assessment. The Life Compass. Okay, the Life Compass colors do coordinate with the colors of each of the months. So you'll see that these are reflected in the months. I'm going to go ahead and choose September as a full flip through. September, I love that it has this nice dark gray. Every single month is the same, has the month. So the month with the tab on it, the tabs are exactly the same. Nothing new with the tabs. Love the tabs. Have never had any problem with the tabs coming off. So no news on that one. September, you start with your goals for each month. Then you have a blank page that you can reflection. And I really do enjoy some of these reflection questions. So after the month is over, excuse me, you can have a reflection in the front. Your weekly actions is like more of a breakdown of those monthly goals. You'll have those as your starting page. And then of course you'll have your week. I love how there's a notes and a habits already at the bottom section. And then of course you'll have a reflection page for the end of the week. Then it just continues on throughout the week until you get at the end of the month, and you'll have a monthly reflections. And in this case, they've divided obviously the year up into quarters. So January through March, at the end of March, you'll have a quarterly compass. And then at the end of June, you'll have a quarterly compass. And at the end of September, you'll have a quarterly compass. And you just go over and redo that compass assessment that you did originally. And then you have an empty page for lined notes. That's just kind of a filler. That empty page of lined notes is not in any of the months that do not have the quarterly compass. Make sense? So there you go. That is all that is in here as far as that. When you do get to the extras section back here, which is, by the way, the same extras section as previously, you have 24 and 25, and the color is the same as the month that it is currently already, which is the same as last year. You've got important dates are on the bottom, and then you have a few notes pages. Let me count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have our sturdy pocket, and then again an additional like envelope style pocket in the back. It does have each individual plate back here. This one is more of a foiled with the nice silver, and then it has this closure that is the same closure as last year. Okay, there you go. Not much has changed in the construction department. I do think it's just a little bit skinnier due to the cover, but other than that, it is exactly the same. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these EC accessories and see if they work in here. I'm going to go ahead and re-put back in this bookmark that we had earlier. Again, I just never enjoyed EC's bookmarks, but I still think that this is going to be a long-term bother, so I'm just going to go ahead and fold it under, because when you're writing, the last thing you want to do is for it to pop up. Let's take a look at one of our bookmarks. Now these are bookmarks that are like that. They seem to go in just fine. Let me pick that up so you can see the height difference, because that one does go over just like the bookmark. Looks like they're about all the same height. You have your Makselife one in the front, and then you have, this is the EC, and then you have an EC bookmark, which I prefer these. These are my staple. I love these. Let's look at a dashboard. Like this is a traditional EC dashboard. This is just the teacher one. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in here, and of course it works. Always difficult to put in, but it does take up the entire planner very nicely. And let's look at the top yet once more. This one sticks up just a hair above. The other one, it might have been because of the way it was punched, but all in all, those will work fine in here. Let's talk covers. I know a lot of you are probably wondering, oh boy, that's a lot of stress on that cover. I'm going to take these out right now. Okay, that fits better. The coil doesn't have a lot of space. I'm just saying, if you are a sticker freak, and love putting stickers, you're not going to get a ton of mileage on this coil. I can already see that it's probably at its max. I did bring an 18-month coil, so this is slightly smaller than an 18-month coil. So let's talk covers. I brought a plethora of my EC covers to see how those would work. In case you were wondering if you wanted to use these for dividers, you certainly can. They are much smaller than the cover. I'll put one on the front though, so you can see. I have never been good at putting these on. Okay. They do not work, and I'll tell you why. It's missing a punch down here. Do you see how it has one more twirl? So the EC covers, unless you punch one more hole in here, it's not going to fit. I went ahead and punched one. I could not leave that stone unturned. Ugh. There's got to be an easier way. Maybe this is what I never change colors. Okay, so I punched a hole up here with my We Are Memory Keepers spiral punch. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Obviously, it's not going to fit perfect, but here is where the edge is, and here is where those tabs are. So you can use it, and it turns fine. That's not an issue. You can use it for a divider if you wanted to, as a dashboard, to put sticky notes, that sort of thing. I think that would be fine, but I don't think it would work as a cover because it really doesn't cover any of those tabs. So let's go ahead and move on to Unstoppable. I really want to show you that one, but I just wanted to do a quick overall HD up close and personal. Lovely little messy bits. Let's move on to Unstoppable. This I got in a vertical. I love the cover. And by the way, when you grab it, like last year, you would grab it and it would stay firm. This time when you grab like the corner, it you can see it bending because it's a little bit more flexible. So just a thought there. It feels like it's more flexible than last time. And it is just a hair under 3 pounds. It's like 2 pounds 5 ounces, so it's it's 2.5 pounds almost. All right, so Unstoppable. This was designed by 605 Vibes. She is Erin Vossler. If you've been around a long time, Lily Henry sticker company. I've purchased their stickers. She's actually from my parents' home state of South Dakota, just probably an hour and a half south. So I'm very familiar with Erin and her business ventures. She now has a business selling removable vinyl stickers. So you can go ahead and visit her shop, but she did design this one, and she had a repetitive design here and then inserted not asking for permission, and that is on the front and on the back. Again, it has this silver foil Makse-life. It's not like a blinding foil. It's very maturely done. And speaking of maturity, I just want to show you the different styles, the different colors in the coils. So this is like a nickel versus like a true silver. So you're not getting like this super bright Erin Condren. Let me see. Erin Condren gold. Oh, maybe this was just this edition. This looks a little patinaed. It's been around a while, so, but it's definitely not as dark as this like brushed nickel type of darker coil. Okay, let's move on. So yes, again, everything is exactly the same. Here's the end papers with those like X's. I did notice that this edition does have the stickers. I did not show it that page, but it does have a sticker page before the accordion pocket in the back. Again, this one is the horizontal. Let's look at September like we did the other one. The horizontal, again, comes after the weekly actions, and then you have your quarterly compass there too. So nothing new except for, of course, all of them. The Wheel of Life life compass is there versus the heart that was there previously. All right, so there's my take on it. If you are skipping ahead and want to just know the bones, I love the cover designs. I think they're modern and fresh and fun. I do think that the coil is going to be a problem for some moving forward. This one does lay a little bit better than the other one, but it still doesn't lay completely 100% flat. So I would suggest always just turning it under if you have the ability to. Again, long range, I think that any Erin Condren accessory that you use, as long as it doesn't go through the whole entire coil, like you know how they have these, just a smidge here and a smidge here, those will work just fine. It's just the longer coiled items, accessories will not fit. That concludes how amazing I think MäksēLife is, and I appreciate you spending time with me. If you are interested, please do visit the link below. I do have other videos with accessories, washi tape, and the folio, so look for those links down below, and my affiliate link and coupon code are there too. So at any point when you're ready to purchase, this is a thoughtful purchase. This does retail for quite a significant amount of money, and I want everyone to think hardy about your decision. Do you need it? Do you want it? Do you plan to use it? And then go ahead and get to yourself one. I'll put the description of the item, link for that, and the cost below for the vertical and horizontal flagship. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next video for the next products. Bye!